Very good, Commander. Now bring me a ship. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. The Profundity kit has been released, folks. We don't know what the ship can actually do yet, but in theory it looks really strong. I'm really bummed that there's no Hammerhead Corvette anywhere in its kit. It makes me wonder if we're going to get a Hammerhead somewhere at some point. I mean, I kind of speculated that we weren't, I thought that it would be cool to have that as part of the ult, but I thought maybe we wouldn't actually. So I was, surprisingly, I was just correct about that. I thought that it would be something about Leia escaping, and it totally was. I kind of was like, oh, that would be cool, and then it just did happen that way, but it left an empty void in my soul where the Hammerhead Corvette is, because I want that, guys. I want that for all of us. So, all right, we're going to talk about this kit. We're going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. I don't know if we can do that, but we got to keep these reaction videos shorter if possible. So let's try, shall we? If at first you don't succeed, try again, I guess. So, all right, so people are calling it the Profanity, which is kind of a fun name. I've always liked fanities. So, let's see. They've combined things, guys. Look at this. Please let us know what you think about our new format, which combines the dev insight and kit reveal in one location. Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, we'll totally do that. Not. We're not doing that. All right. Maybe. Hey, CG, maybe I'll tell you at the end. If you're watching this, wait till the end till I tell you how I feel about this new format. All right? Give me clicks. You don't give me anything else. Give me clicks. So, the basics. You guys can read all the basics. I'm not here to read to you. In fact, I kind of am just a little bit. Some of you are illiterate, and that is a serious condition, not to be minimized, and I'm here for you. So, all right, where is Profundity intended to sit within the meta? It's intended to beat Executor and be beaten by Executor. I really hope that Executor struggles with it, but we'll have to find out. Why is Admiral Raddus required at such a high relic level? This is a little disingenuous, guys. So they're saying they want to give Profundity a good initial impression, so they required Admiral Raddus to be Relic 9. Now, I don't know about you guys. I have never seen CG do a good job of giving the player base a good initial impression. How many characters were totally derided by, and this is partially content creators' faults too, but derided by the community because like Sith Eternal isn't good, but it turns out Sith Eternal was good all along. He didn't need that much of a buff. Like, sure, they gave him a buff, I guess, but I mean, there's so many good characters out there, and CG does a horrible job of giving a good initial impression. Some content creators plant the mind in the community, the idea in the community that this character sucks. But otherwise, I mean, it's just CG could do better. And they're like, hey, good initial impression, guys. And I'm like, no, it's because you wanted to make frickin' money, CG. Like, what? It might make us all uncomfortable for you to acknowledge that fact. You need to make money. We need you to make money so that the game continues. And so don't be disingenuous. You required Relic 9 because Relic 9 made you a crap ton of money, okay? Not because they wanted to give us a good initial impression. They never do that. And maybe it's a new era, guys. I don't think it is, but I mean, yeah, good initial impression. Okay, thank you. Let's just move right on. Alright, so the basic is really interesting, guys. It's actually a basic that you want to use. It's rare on a capital ship to want to use their basic. Usually you just want to spam specials. But this one is actually pretty good. You guys can take time to read it. It buffs one character really well. I think the biggest thing is, so it gives download by 10, and I think that's going to be the biggest part. So yeah, once you get 100% download, you get your ult. And so the whole thing is going to be an equation, like how do you maximize your download? What's the fastest way to get it to 100% so you can get your ult? And, it's going to be one of those things that's like, if you don't get it by his like third or fourth turn, you're going to be devastated because you have to wait one extra turn. Your opponent's going to kill you instead. But anyways, the other thing that's interesting about this, guys, is that it gives one ally a turn. So this is just any ally, in fact, a bonus turn, which completely transcends their Jedi Master Kenobi ability to negate bonus turn meter. So I thought that was interesting, actually. So it also, though, it lets Rebel ships call each other to assist in certain circumstances. So if it's called to assist, it also inflicts daze, which daze, you may wonder why you would put daze on a ship that completely restricts the turn meter gain. It's because a lot of ships still call each other to assist. So, you can, like Executor, for instance, does their AoE. If you have daze on all of the ships, then it's not going to do, the AoE is just not going to do that much. Now, Special 1, cooldown. So, all of the specials are pretty good, too. Like, I don't know when we're going to find time to do a basic, honestly, with it, but it seems pretty good. It's also, like, because Falcon can't do its wiggle to get a bonus turn or whatever, like, the Falcon is going to potentially really like that. I don't know. We don't know the turn order yet. We're just going to have to play with it. That's what she said. Unconventional maneuver. Cooldown 4, so probably just use it once per game or once per fight. Let's see, so you get extra download, that's great, dispel all debuffs, and then target ally assists twice. So the Outrider assists twice and hits a total of 3 times each assist, and then for each of those hits they might crit. 20% chance, you'll see it later in the kit, 20% chance for each crit is going to call someone else to assist. If you have Rebel Y-Wing in there, you're going to get another one. And so, in general, you're going to average somewhere around, I don't know, 8 hits, I think. Or if you call Falcon, the Falcon could, in turn, like, so it's going to shoot twice, but then it's going to call 2 random ships to assist. And, Rebel Y-Wing's going to probably do that for one of them. And then I don't know, like if you manage to get twice, calling twice on the Falcon's basics, then and it calls the Outrider twice, I should say, then you can get this 9. So Shield Disruption is pretty cool. The other things, I mean, it's going to be a stack of debuffs one way or another. It looks pretty cool. We'll have to see how it works in practice. You're also going to be gaining a lot of download, not just 10%, because every time you crit, you're also working toward your download. So, Dispel, Advantage, Stealth, so it does all this stuff. I mean, this is cool. I think the thing that I like the most about this ability is each enemy that lost Stealth this way is inflicted with Mark for 2 turns. So, Xanadu, it's the biggest FU to Xanadu Blood ever. Really like that, guys. Tenacity Down gets dispelled. That's another Executor-specific thing. And then, alright, so, where are we at on time? Dear Lord, we don't have much time. So, we have the unique. I say we fight. So they're kind of prescribing what we're going to be taking here, guys, frankly. That's what's going to happen. So, crewless tanks, that doesn't matter. So Rebel Y-Wing gets ignored. His taunt gets ignored by all of the bounty hunters on the Executor fleet. However, it doesn't get ignored by Executor itself. And so crewless tanks are going to be getting all kinds of cool stuff, including, like they're immune to buff immunity while they're taunting. Let's see, so, this is just whenever they're inflicted with a debuff, but they also get some pretty cool stuff like crit immunity and everything. I forget where it all comes from, but the thing is, Executor's going to do his AoE, and it's going to hit the Rebel Y-Wing, and they want the Rebel Y-Wing to survive that AoE, and then all the bounty hunters can ignore it all they want. At that point, the AoE has just damaged a ship that is ultimately pretty expendable because it's a tank. So, I mean, there's that. It's interesting, though, if an enemy TIE Advance is deployed at the start of the battle, increase cooldown of call reinforcement for the enemy capital ship by 1. So, this is just a big middle finger to the TIE Interceptor, basically. If Profundity uses call reinforcements on consecutive turn, dispel all buffs on all enemies and dispel all buffs on all allies. That was pretty cool. It's like a mini ultimate in a way, guys. And honestly, so this also, the only way that this works, so calls reinforcements and then calls reinforcements, you have to take in Phantom first and then the Ghost, and those are your 2 reinforcements. Like, that's going to be your 5-man team. folks. I mean, that's prescribed by them. You're going to have Rebel Y-Wing, Han's Millennium Falcon, and the Outrider as your starters, and then the 2 Phoenix ships as your reinforcements. So we're going to have to gear up all of those Phoenix characters here just to make our ships better, but that's all we need, I think. The Ultimate is kind of cheeky. It's fun. I do like it. I just wish we had a Hammerhead Corvette as part of it, and then you ultimately just grind them into dust if you're able to get this to go. So yeah, it's a kind of a fun, seems like a fun kit, guys. I mean, they did prescribe what we're going to be doing. Like, we need to use Rebel Y-Wing. We have to use our Falcon and Outrider. And we have to get our ult as quick as we can. So we're going to have to figure out all the speed and everything, the turn orders, everything like that. Once it's out, I'll be testing a lot. So yeah, we're going to call it good here, folks. Let me know, what do you think of the Profundity? I kind of like it. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. Admiral Raddus does not. He gets his head chopped off by Darth Vader. It's pretty gross.